Hi there. Stop doing this. 5 mistakes that are blocking your anxiety, depression, and/or trauma healing. My name is May. I help people with anxiety, depression, and trauma break free from hopelessness and confusion about healing so they can regain control over their lives and stop feeling like it's never going to change. In this video, I'm going to walk you through top 5 mistakes that are keeping you from healing your anxiety, depression, and trauma. So let's get right into it. Number 1. Thinking that treatments alone are going to fix all of your issues. Now, treatments are very effective, right? There's a reason they exist. There's a reason people do that. Therapy, medication, there's like so many different things that people try. All of these things are very valid, and they exist for a reason. And it's because other people have said, this helps me. I like this. If a treatment is working for you, you should keep doing it. If it's giving you relief, if it's giving you what you need, keep doing it. The problem is if you're feeling stuck in your healing and recovery journey, it's because the treatments alone aren't the only thing that you need to do. What that other thing is different for everyone. It could be you need to try other treatments. It could be that you need to make changes within your life. We have this idea that treatments just are kind of this big fix because, well, 2 things. One is our culture, but another is within the medical system. Quick fixes are all the rage. Try this quick fix and cure your depression. And we end up right back where we started. But also this idea that, there's specific things that you do and your depression is just going to go away. Your anxiety is just going to be down. And it's not actually tailored to what your body needs, right? It's not tailored to your life. Treatments they can only bring you so far when it's not just the sickness itself, it's the society you're living in, it's your life, it's how you're conducting it, it's what you believe. So if a treatment for you is only working a little bit and you are seeing relief, but it's not getting all the way there, there's other things that you probably need to do. Number 2, trying to pretend that the mental illness doesn't exist. Honey, what are we doing here? I feel like this is the OMG, good vibes, girl! Oh my gosh, girl boss it, queen it up, enter your higher self energy. Or it's also the, meme of the dog, where it's everything's on fire, he's just sitting there, and he's like, it's fine. Everything's fine. Honey, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's okay that it's not okay. Things don't have to be okay all the time. And this can also be more socially acceptable for multiple reasons, because then you can just keep your head down, do what you need to do in life, do what's expected of you. There are people who, kind of make jokes about it, everything's fine, everything's fine. Acceptable to kind of live in your pain and joke about it. There's definitely a time and place for all of those things. We can stew in these negative feelings and thought patterns, right? And we don't even know it. This can even go into trying to escape all of these with drugs or video games, TV, just not acknowledging our problem. When we're actually able to move through the experiences that we're going through, we can experience more joy, embodiment, and fulfillment afterwards because we're not trying to dull ourselves. And this can be so painful. Of course we're trying to dull ourselves, right? Mental illness is so painful sometimes and so hard to deal with. It makes so much sense that we're trying to numb the pain. And this might be hard to hear, and I don't say this to trigger or shame or blame anyone. But this could be running away from the problem. And we don't want to run away from the problem. We want to try to fix it. We want to do something different, right? So we can actually feel happy about life. This is also spiritual bypassing and positivity, happiness. The work is accepting both sides of the spectrum of positive and negative. It's not focusing on what makes us feel good or happiness. The more we reject the negative, the longer it's going to be there. It's be there waiting for us to process and work through at some point. You don't want to get lost in either extreme. Number 3, you don't know which coping skills to use and when, or you get attached to one and freak out when it doesn't work anymore. Mental illness is painful, the whole experience is awful, great, awesome, amazing. And then, when you're using a skill that you've really found has helped you in some aspect, you try to apply that skill all the time, it doesn't really work the way you want it to. For example, let's say that doing deep breath, and you find that this actually helps you, in sometimes.
you actually feel your body calming down afterwards. But then when it doesn't work, you're like, well, now what do I do? I guess I'm just suffering. Give up, we give in, or we start to get more anxious. Oh no, it's not working. Like, am I doing something wrong? Is it not working anymore? I'm curious is that we need to have more tools in our toolbox, perhaps, or, kind of work on our attachment to that one skill, because yes, of course we want relief from what's going on with us, and no one thing usually is like an all fixer. Usually we need multiple things. 4, you aren't practicing awareness. So, like, literally, I talk about this all the time. Awareness is, like, so foundational in this work. You don't have data, you're not going to be able to actually effectively work on what's going on with you. That's what I mean by this. Awareness gives us information. It gives us information like what triggers are happening, when are they happening, what happens before the trigger, what happens after the trigger, what am I doing in response to this trigger? Is it related to a past experience? Is it going to happen again in the future? Is this our body physical cues that something is happening, like I'm depressed or anxious or stressed out? If we aren't even aware that something is happening, we can't target it. We can't come up with effective plans. And this is kind of what confuses people, I think, is when they're like, okay, I'm anxious, and when I realize I'm anxious, I'm using these skills and doing these things, find that nothing's really changing and nothing's happening, and it's because there might be other times that you are stressed that you're not even really realizing. Things that are, causing your body to shut down or be activated. And without that awareness, you just don't know. So something could be deeply affecting you. You're not even really sure. And awareness isn't like an all or nothing thing. It's a practice that evolves over time of noticing what's happening inside of you, around you, making those connections. I don't know. But eventually you get to the point where you pick up on stuff in the moment and you're able to make those connections very quickly. And you're able to much better manage yourself effectively instead of being consumed by your inner experience. Number 5, you want depression, anxiety, or trauma to go away completely, and if it doesn't, you feel like it's a setback. This is probably one of the biggest traps to fall into. And I have a lot of compassion for this, because mental illness is really hard. At some point, my personal story will be posted somewhere. If it is, I'll link it here. I don't even know where it goes, but it'll be somewhere. You can click on it. And I understand how hard mental illness is, especially with trauma. There's so much like gut punching feelings that we have and experiences that are just so hard to deal with, especially if you have CPTSD too. And we want that relief like so badly, like we need it. We just need to like not be in ourselves or in this experience. Like I totally understand. The pain can feel so unbearable, you can't even imagine having a good life with your current experience, whatever that is, anxiety, depression, trauma, OCD, whatever. Unfortunately, you need to accept that it's a thing, and that it's not going to go away. And it's possible to experience depression, experience these very negative things, move through it, and then focus on the joy and the happiness, right? That's why we don't get lost in either extreme, because that experience is always going to change. It's always going to move through. It's when we're like worried it's not, or like we get stuck on it and we're like, oh no, it's not changing. Oh no, I'm feeling it again. So one time I broke my arm. I broke my right arm, and my right arm healed, but still like cracks when I extend it too far. And sometimes things get a little bit out of place with it, and I have to like readjust it a little bit. And that doesn't happen with my left arm. My left arm's fine. In a way, you can kind of compare that to mental illness, where you're going to probably have residue. You're going to have some of these experiences. The more you're able to manage what's going on, the less it's going to have control over you. The easier it's going to be to pop it back in. The easier it's going to be to make all these connections and be like, okay, this is what I need to do to support myself right now, because this is just what's happening. Acceptance can be really hard, especially imagining life beyond mental illness. I mean, you can almost feel like, May, how even dare you, like, even try to insinuate that? Like, this is so painful for me, and I'm not devaluing your pain. What I am saying is, this experience is happening to you, and it's probably going to stay. What do we do about that? What can we do about that? How can we change our circumstance and what's happening? Because other people have done it. Why can't you? So if you're not at that stage, or you don't believe that, it's okay.
This is why awareness is also key. Sometimes all you can do is notice, oh, I'm really depressed right now and I can't get out of bed. So the more you just practice that awareness and more you're practicing, what could this be connected to, or when else does this happen? Maybe I'm anxious and I'm like avoiding my responsibilities because I'm anxious, or like I'm binge eating to cope with my depression, whatever it is. That's okay, just take note of it and you can go back to it later. Maybe when you're feeling like in a different space, or just, if depression, anxiety is like a constant thing for you, when it just feels more accessible. Not when you're like in danger or like out in public, like not when the symptoms are at its highest, basically. There are definitely more mistakes to go over. But more recently, so definitely subscribe to keep up on that and see what other mistakes you might be making. If you want to know more about how to get over each and every single mistake in this video, check out my program that builds an entire roadmap for you and your recovery so you're never confused about how to heal and what your healing journey is. The link will be in the description below. Thanks so much, bye! Oh my god, there's like literally something in my ear. It's still there! There we go. OMG, good girls. Good girls. OMG, good vibes, girls.